As England and New Zealand's cricketers put in some last-minute practice ahead of the first test of the summer, Mirror.co.uk caught up with former New Zealand all-rounder Chris Cairns and asked him who he thinks will win the test series.
It would surprise me if England don't win. I think after the victory that they had in New Zealand, I think the way they bounce back and how they perform and in their own conditions, they're going to be tough to beat, so it's England for me.
And can you outline your best players for England and for New Zealand?
Well, England, Kevin Pietersen is always number one. He's one of the players in the world to watch when he's going. He's fantastic. I think it's a big series for Stuart Broad to cement a place in the side for him, and it's a big opportunity for him. And I think another one for me is Ian Bell. I think he is a player, if depending on where the selectors are going, he seems to get good starts, and he seems to get going, but he needs to score some big hundreds.
Yes. And for New Zealand players?
New Zealand side of things, well, Jacob Oram, I think he's a valuable, very, very valuable player for New Zealand, both bat and ball, and he's someone that is going to have to do well. Jamie Howe is a young player, opening batter that the English wouldn't have seen a lot of. Played in the series out in New Zealand, but he's someone who is, I think, going to be a very good player for New Zealand. And another young one, Tim Southey. He's an excellent young cricketer and someone for the future. So there are some younger players coming through from New Zealand, and it's going to be a tough series for them. But one which, if they do well here, can set them up nicely.
Okay, and what are your thoughts on Freddie Flintoff? He hadn't strained his side this week. Do you think he would have been included?
I wouldn't have picked him. No, I think that it's pretty harsh on the guys who were in New Zealand. And that's, look, please don't get me wrong, I'm a huge Freddie Flintoff fan. He's fantastic for the game. But I just think that by letting him play county cricket for a little bit longer, getting his body used to what he's going to be doing, I think will pay dividends for England in the long run, and also rewards the guys who secured the victory. So that's a good positive thing. But luckily the selectors didn't have to make a tough call.
And what's your prediction for the one-day series?
New Zealand are a very good one-day side, and I think that they're more comfortable with that form of the game. We tend not to play a lot of test matches over the last 12 months to 18 months, and so the way that the one-day game is and the amount of all-rounders that New Zealand possesses, I think that they're very comfortable with that. So I put New Zealand as favourite in the one-day side.
Looking ahead to the second series of the summer, how do you think England will compete against South Africa?
It will be, I think, a far more competitive test series, I think, because the South African batting is considerably stronger than the New Zealand batting. They've got some established players who have been around for a long time, and so that is the one area. New Zealand, if they tour here in 4 years' time with the hub of the guys who are here, different story. But at the moment, with South Africa, the experience they've got, Steyn is a very good bowler, obviously Intini and what he does. So I think it could be a very close series.
Okay, and looking ahead even further to next summer, England are hosting Australia in the Ashes. Do you think we can beat them again on home turf?
It's a long way away. And, mate, it would be a pretty brave man to give a prediction that far away, so I'll reserve my judgment on that one.
Okay.